It's crazy how many hours I probably have watched that fan. Just followed like just a single piece of it and just watch it go around and around and around. It's kind of hypnotizing. It's kind of peaceful and just like soothing and relaxing. I watch it, I breathe in, I breathe out. Everything feels okay. I guess it's just one of those weird things. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people do the same thing. I mean, some people have fans. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it makes it feel like you're slowing down time and like everything is okay. It's kind of, an amazing feeling. And I didn't go on a walk today, but I went to the gym and I went running instead. And then I did some lifting with my friend and stuff. I'm probably gonna do the same thing tomorrow because I have work, but I'm gonna still make videos. Today I'm just gonna sit here, lay in my bed, let you guys stare at the fan for a second. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. I guess it's just an easy way to not feel anxious. And I think about how something so simple like anxiety is like all it's in your mind for the most part. There are like actual physical causes to anxiety too, but a lot of it's like mental. Just boom. Just when you think you're okay. And that's like so a lot of things like happiness is not a place. Going to certain places can make you happy. I mean, in reality, happiness is just a state of being within your own mind. Anyone has the potential to be happy, and you could do it through so many different ways. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I like to travel and stuff, and I could, I understand that sometimes, being in certain places does make you happy, but in what that place holds for you, and it's kind of like the satisfaction of knowing you're going somewhere that you want to be. Because I mean, I love the beach. The beach is an amazing place, and a lot of people are actually happier at the beach. Like I said, happiness is a state of mind. It's not, a place, but they actually have like people that live at the beach have longer lifespans and everything like that. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're close to cities a lot of times, and if you're walking to work or if you walk on the beach a lot, you're getting more physical activity. Not only that, but if you're in if you live by the ocean, you're probably eating more seafood, and seafood's like besides the fact that it's fucking delicious, it's fucking good for you. Like, oh my god, I love crabs, shrimp, like all that shit. Oh god, it's so good. Mm, God, I want to eat crabs now. I wish they weren't so expensive, especially like where I live. Honestly, fuck. God, I could probably eat crabs like every day. The only bad thing about crabs is like having to tear them apart all the time. I guess if you have really big ones, it doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. Oh god, they're so delicious. I'm just thinking about that now. It'd be really nice to have like a crab cake sandwich. That sounds good. But and I guess that's also kind of cool about crabs is like when you eat them, like you're picking at them and stuff like that, and then kind of like tick, not tick. That's not the right word for it, but it keeps your mind busy because you're doing something. Is what I'm saying. I remember I used to get bad anxiety. I'd like scratch my skin really bad, and like that was back when I was still in high school years ago. Like I've actually like scratched like till like I bled and stuff like that, and everything would get really fast, and like I could just hear like every sound in the room, and it'd just be all too much. It'd be kind of like I don't know. I guess maybe like a panic attack, anxiety attack, and I just start scratching really bad. I only did that like one time where it's really, really bad. Used to get kind of manic sometimes. Luckily, I grew out of a lot of it, and I think a lot of it was just because I changed the way that I thought about things, or over time, the way I thought about things changed. But I was trying to find a way to be less anxious and happier. And I think a lot of it was just facing certain fears within my own mind. Because I think a lot of times people hold on to these things that scare them, these thoughts and feelings, and the fear of them is what gets to you, and it makes you like once you start facing that fear, or if it seems like it's right and it's something that you really just dislike, that's when anxiety and panic takes over, because maybe it's like a fight against depression to keep your hormones up. I don't really understand it entirely, but sometimes I feel that way. Like you don't want to be depressed so much that your body turns anxious. But I mean, that's only for certain things. I mean, other times, if it's something that pisses you off, that's completely different. And that's, but sometimes, because something that makes you depressed is also a lot of times be something that makes you angry, and like you're just using your anger to stem from the depression of something that happened. Emotions, there's such a broad spectrum of like how they're created and how they work. I don't know entirely, but I feel like it's everyone's journey to understand themselves. It's really important to understand yourself, because if you understand yourself, you're also able to understand other people better. Because if you can understand your own feelings and why you're feeling them, a lot of times it helps you not emphasize. Em- I can't think of the word. Maybe it is empathize. Empathize, yeah. Not emphasize. Empathize. It is empathize. My bad. But it helps you have empathy. Like when you understand your own emotions, you understand. You know, you put yourself in other people's shoes. And I used to love like doing stuff like that, where I just imagine like whole entire lives and like other people's lives, and like I'd make them grow up in my head, and I'd have all these different scenarios happen, and sometimes they'd have like beautiful lives, and sometimes they'd have bad lives, and I just make up whole entire things, make up made up entire worlds before, just as I don't know. Sometimes like I couldn't control like what I was thinking about and where to go. And sometimes the worlds would live, sometimes the worlds would die. I think that's what we're facing right now. I think we're kind of like on the edge of like we could either live and humanity could keep going and we can travel the solar systems in the universe and colonize other planets and stuff like that, or we're going to just kill ourselves because technology is becoming so advanced. Like we actually have the ability to destroy ourselves. And right now, it's mostly just like nukes and stuff like that. But eventually, not even like super long people, just people coming out of college will be able to, just a few years of college, if they study the right things, they'll have the ability to create entire viruses, and they can completely change people's DNA. And with the ability to do something like that, you could wipe out like the entire population. And it's kind of a scary thought. And you see all these, school shootings and these people that lose it, and they don't know how to handle like what's going on with them. And a lot of times, sometimes they're on bad meds. Sometimes they just have poor like social support. There's so many different reasons why they go astray and they, act out and, destroy all these lives. It's awful. But that's the thing, is what's going to happen when that person is able to wipe out an entire population, not just take guns to school or kill some people in the middle of the street, but when they're actually able to kill, like you could kill entire countries. It's kind of like a dangerous thought, and the progress is never going to stop because we have to keep pushing forward. And I guess maybe by that time there'll be something different where people will come out with a solution to that, and maybe we'll have to change our DNA to be able to fight those things. I don't know. It's getting so complicated so fast. I don't know if I'm going to be the one that has to deal with it, but if I have kids, they might have to deal with it. Or maybe grandkids, they might have to deal with it. I don't know. It's really hard to say. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, guys. Have a good night.